What's up guys, Rolf here for Tech, and Infinix is known for its affordable smartphones in the mid-range category. And recently, they announced a new contender in this segment, the Infinix Note 8. It boasts a massive 5200 mAh battery, quad rear cameras, and a huge display. This device packs decent specs and features, but there are some compromises. So in this video, we're going to be checking out the Infinix Note 8, and should you really buy this phone? Let's find out. Compared to most smartphones in the market, undeniably, the Infinix Note 8 has a relatively large footprint measuring at 6.95 inches. Up front, aside from the massive display, there is a punch hole cutout for its dual selfie cameras, along with the call speaker, which is also one of your stereo speakers. This device is clad in polycarbonate material, which feels somewhat premium and looks stylish because of its glossy back panel with geometric pattern at the back. Although we are not a fan of glossy finishes, for it attracts fingerprints pretty easily, thankfully this device comes with a free jelly case. The unit we got is in the deep sea luster colorway, but it is also available in silver diamond and ice fantasy. For buttons and ports, the left side houses the volume buttons, and underneath that is the fingerprint scanner, which double as your slip weight button. The buttons are clicky, but we find the volume rockers a little bit too high to reach. The right side houses the triple SIM card tray with slots for 2 nano SIM cards and a micro SD card. Nothing can be found on the top, while at the bottom we have the microphone for calls and a USB Type-C port and your speaker grill. Taking a look at the display, the Note 8 sports a massive 6.95 inches HD Plus IPS Infinity O display with a resolution of 720 by 1640. And for protection, the screen is made out of a Corning Gorilla Glass 3. The 720p resolution might be a deal breaker for most people, and to be honest, the display isn't that bad for casual use unless you are pixel peeping. Even though this device only have a 720p display, images are sharp, colors are accurate, although using it outdoors is a little bit difficult since the display only has 480 nits as peak brightness. For speakers, sound quality is loud, and since it's got a stereo speaker with DTS sound support, it improves media consumption. It can easily fill up the room at maximum volume, although sound can be a little bit muddy and tinny and there's no bass present. If you want a more immersive media consuming experience, we highly suggest making use of the headphones included in the box. For cameras, the Infinix Note 8 sports a total of 6 cameras. At the back, you have your quad rear camera setup consisting of 64 megapixel main shooter, 2 megapixel macro, 2 megapixel depth, and a 2 megapixel AI camera. Up front, we have a 16 megapixel selfie camera coupled with a 2 megapixel depth sensor. The overall images taken on the Note 8 are average, nothing spectacular. The colors are accurate and sharp, it does a decent job of preserving the details in normal photo mode, but using its 64 megapixel sensor to its full potential didn't give us a drastic improvement in the quality department. HDR is also present, but it can be better. Also, do take note that AI feature is turned on by default, and there's no way for us to turn it off unless switching to profession mode to adjust your settings manually. It's also got a macro lens, but on our testing, we didn't use it as much. Although it produces decent quality images, we still opt for a telephoto or an ultra-wide angle lens instead of the latter. For low light photos, night mode on this device can surely brighten up the scene, but it produces muddy images. And because it doesn't have any form of stabilization, photos come out a little bit blurry. Bokeh on the other hand is decent. It detects the subject's edges slightly accurately thanks to its dedicated 2 megapixel depth sensor. Checking out its front-facing camera, it produces decent quality images. Colors are also accurate, just like on what we have on the rear. There is an ample amount of details, but skin can be reddish at times. For video, the Infinix Note 8 can shoot up to 2K at 30 frames per second. At maximum resolution, videos come out sharp, colors are vibrant and accurate. Unfortunately, there's no optical image stabilization nor digital stabilization present, so we highly suggest either grab yourself a tripod or a mobile stabilizer if your hands are shaky. Generally, the Infinix Note 8's image quality is decent and is enough for social media usage. Running on the Infinix Note 8 is Infinix's Android Skin XOS 7.1 based on Android 10. We find it clunky since there are multiple game ads across the system, although you can have it turned off by going to your home screen settings, go to menu, tap other settings, and turn off instant apps. Some app icons will take some time to familiarize yourself, but overall, the UI is pretty easy to navigate once you're used to the OS. Now, powering the Infinix Note 8 is a MediaTek Helio G80 chipset coupled with a Mali G52 GPU, 6GB of RAM, and 128GB of internal storage. For casual use, the Note 8's performance is buttery smooth, but when it comes to graphically intensive games, there are frame drops and occasional lags on our testing, which is pretty normal for a mid-range smartphone. The Helio G80 chipset might not be the fastest in the mid-range category, but it can handle light to moderate uses. For a more detailed look on how the Infinix Note 8 performs, here are the benchmark scores. For security, the Infinix Note 8 sports a fingerprint scanner and a facial recognition. Setting up both of these security features is pretty easy, and surprisingly, the fingerprint scanner reacts almost instantaneously every time I place my finger on the scanner. Facial recognition does work as intended, but still, we highly recommend using the fingerprint as a form of authentication on any device. For battery, the Infinix Note 8 sports a massive 5200 mAh capacity with support for 18-watt fast charging, which can juice up this device from 0 to 100 in just 1 hour and 40 minutes. This device can really serve you a full day of usage that includes gaming, browsing the web through cellular data, and recording 2K video casually. In our standard video loop test, which entails the device of constantly playing a 1080p clip, 50% brightness, 0% volume, and airplane mode turned on, we got a total of 25 hours and 18 minutes of playback. In the PC Mark Work 2.0 battery test, we yielded a score of 18 hours and 42 minutes, and yes, these results are pretty good. To wrap up this video, the Infinix Note 8 is a solid device for people who do moderate task and casual gaming. It might not have those flashy features that some of its competitors have, but the Infinix Note 8 checks all the boxes on what a mid-range smartphone should be. Sure, there are compromises and features that most people might look out for, but for the price of 8,490 pesos, this device is without a doubt a steal. You get an astounding battery life, a decent set of cameras and performance, a super fast and secure fingerprint scanner, and a huge display. Although it's just a 720p display, it does have a stereo speaker that can improve your multimedia experience. So, what do you guys think about the Infinix Note 8? Is this gonna be your next mid-range smartphone? Let us know in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to our channel for more content, hit that bell icon so you don't miss any future uploads, and be sure to visit uvtech.com for your latest tech news and reviews. This has been Arel, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.